30 seconds. Is television good?
Some television's wonderful. Some television is exciting and promising and has vast potential. Some television is mediocre and bad. But I think it has promise, Mike. I think this can conceivably be a real art form. And I stick with it for the reasons I said and because I think that it can only improve and can improve tremendously. And I think aims toward that.
Rod Serling's story can be summed up in just a few words. From 40 rejection slips to 3 Emmy Awards, from a trailer home to a hacienda in Hollywood complete with swimming pool. It hasn't been a long road, but it's been a hard one. And the last couple of miles have been paved with gold. We thank Rod Serling for adding his portrait to our gallery. One of the people other people are interested in. Mike Wallace, that's it for now.
Here's an item we forgot. You see this? It holds a promise for anyone who smokes. It's Oasis. And as its name implies, it promises you the most refreshing, the softest taste of all. Try Oasis. I think you'll like it.
Twilight Zone has been brought to you by Milk Wave Lilt, the new home permanent you mix with milk for curls that start soft and stay lively. Twilight Zone is being brought to you tonight by Kimberly Clark, whose handy Kleenex paper products help you every day in so many ways. The Twilight Zone, brought to you tonight by the coffee with the best of the coffee bean. Aroma, flavor, but not caffeine. New Aroma Roast Sanka Coffee. Twilight Zone was brought to you tonight by Kleenex Tissues.
The only tissue that gives you so much. The soft, strong tissue with the Kleenex touch.
Tonight, new dry hair formula Halo, the newly mild shampoo specially prescribed for beautifying oil-robbed hair, brings you The Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone, brought to you by Vaseline Hair Tonic, the clean hair tonic. Hair looks so clean, smells so clean with Vaseline Hair Tonic. The Twilight Zone, brought to you by New Handy Wrap, the clear new sandwich wrap in the giant 100-foot roll, economically priced like wax paper. Twilight Zone, brought to you by Pall Mall Famous Cigarettes. Over, under, around, and through, Pall Mall travels pleasure to you. Twilight Zone has been brought to you by the American Tobacco Company on behalf of Pall Mall Famous Cigarettes. Twilight Zone has been brought to you by Crest, the toothpaste proved effective against cavities in year after year of clinical tests. Tests among thousands of families in homes like yours. The Twilight Zone is brought to you by the new Polaroid 10-second automatic camera. Only 3 buttons to push. 1, 2, 3, and in just 10 seconds, a finished picture. The Twilight Zone has been brought to you by the new Polaroid 10-second automatic camera. Only 3 buttons to push. 1, 2, 3, and in just 10 seconds, a finished picture. The Twilight Zone is brought to you by Hospital-Tested Nair, America's speed hair remover. Available in lotion or cream. The Twilight Zone is brought to you by Bristol Myers, makers of Bufferin. the modern drug that brings relief from headache pain and protects against stomach discomfort. The Twilight Zone is brought to you by new Micron oral antiseptic from Johnson & Johnson. Twilight Zone has been brought to you by Johnson's Baby Powder and other fine baby products. Twilight Zone is brought to you by Johnson & Johnson, makers of Band-Aid shear strips. Twilight Zone is brought to you by Studebaker Corporation and your Studebaker dealer. Twilight Zone, brought to you by Pretty Perm, the new color conditioning permanent wave. New Micron oral antiseptic from Johnson & Johnson. Twilight Zone has been brought to you by Johnson's Baby Powder and other fine baby products. Metrocal, wafers, liquids, and now new soups. And Chesterfield King, tastes great because the tobaccos are. Twilight Zone, brought to you by 612 Insect Repellent, keeps bugs from biting. Johnson & Johnson, makers of Band-Aid shear strips. And new U.S. Royal tires, engineered to keep your spare in the trunk.